get that. And he talking about no. Prove it. Get Genesis,
11th chapter, first verse.
Then he walk away.
People always say something, walk away. Man.
Right.
We're dealing with the word of the Most High. If you come to the Bible and say, prove that we didn't all speak Hebrew, then I'll listen to you.
Right.
You probably go, what perspective you gonna come from? You Egyptologist? What perspective you coming from? We reading the Holy Bible. We read what it says.
Genesis chapter 11, verse 1. And the whole earth was one language.
Read it right. Read it again.
And the whole earth was of one language.
See, the whole earth was of what?
One language.
One language. Everybody spoke the same language.
Right.
There it is. And what language is that? Hebrew. Because all nations, these other languages, Spanish, and all these other languages stem from the Hebrew. Except for this wicked language of English that we're dealing with now, speaking. But we got to speak the language that everybody understands, because the Most High changed everybody's language because Nimrod built the Tower of Babel.
Africa.
The Ethiopian African. Yeah. Most High ain't even hearing that language. He don't even understand whatever they say.
Time.
You can prove it. Get Psalm 81. He probably an Egyptologist.
Yeah.
Psalm 80 verse chapter. All right, my brother. Shalom. Shalom. And read, I think it's verse 4. Read that.
Psalm chapter 81, verse 5.
Right.
This he ordained in Joseph.
Listen to this, Egyptologist. Read.
For a testimony.
For a testimony. In Joseph, the Arabs sold our brother Joseph to the so-called Africans, who we're not. Read.
When he went out through the land of Egypt.
Went out through the land of where?
Egypt.
Drew out through the land of Egypt. Read.
Where I heard a language that I understood not.
You hear that? The Most High don't even understand the African's language. What did he say? He went through the land of Egypt. He heard what?
A language that I understood not.
Most High say he heard a language that he understood not. So all you Egyptologists, take that.
Yeah, go on with that.
Run with that one.
Get on away from here with
You know what I mean? You can't run from that. Most High say he heard a language that he understood not. You know why? Because when we go back to Genesis, the 11th chapter, go back there. Genesis 11th chapter, brother talking about no. Everybody that speak English, prove it. Shoot, I actually prove all things. Genesis 11th chapter, verse 1. Read.
Genesis chapter 11, verse 1. And the whole earth was of one language.
The whole earth spoke the same language. Hebrew. Read.
And of one speech.
And of one speech. You hear that? Of one speech. Read.
And it came to pass, as they journeyed from the east, that they found a plain in the land of Shinar. And they dwelt there.
Which is Babylon. Come on.
And they said one to another, go to, let us make brick.
Let's make brick. Come on.
And burn them thoroughly.
Burn them thoroughly. Burn it is brick. Read.
And they have brick for stone. And slime they have for mortar. And they said, go to, let us build us a city and a tower whose top may reach unto heaven.
Hear that? They're going to build a tower that'll reach into heaven in Babylon. Who in Babylon is? The Ethiopians. Who's in charge? Nimrod. The same ones y'all worship when you go to church on Sunday. And Semiramis. Nimrod and Semiramis, his mother. Nimrod killed his daddy, married his mother, had a son named Tammuz, and here you are celebrating all this in the church today. Don't you realize it? Sunday, he was considered the sun god. Ra, got many different names. Nimrod, Ra, Amun-Ra, all these names pertaining to Nimrod, the same one we're going to read about right here. Read.
And let us make us a name, lest we be scattered abroad upon the face of the whole earth.
You hear that? They don't know the Most High's word. So the Ethiopians gonna build a tower up into the sky just in case the Most High rain upon the earth again, like he reigned in the time of Noah and destroyed everybody but 8 people. This is the power we talk about, y'all, but y'all don't think about it like that because you've been Christianized. You've been, whatever it is that you believe in, it has despised your mind and you walking in deceit, a bunch of lies. Ain't nobody prove nothing to you because you ain't asked somebody to prove anything to you. That's the problem, though. Read.
And the Most High came down to see the city and the tower.
So the Most High came this city and the tower that they're building high in the sky just in case it rains. That the Most High wouldn't kill them by a flood again, not knowing the Most High will never bring no flood on earth to kill everybody. He's bringing fire. There's two purifying elements in this world, water and fire. This time he's bringing the fire to burn people up. Just like he killed everybody in the flood, but 8 people. He don't need a lot of people. Everybody's created through who? Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Joe, who are these? These are Noah's sons. Everybody comes from Shem, Ham, or Japheth, all nations on this earth today. So the Most High don't need a lot of people to create all the people that you see and have been on this earth since the flood. Understand this. John the Baptist said the Most High could raise up some stones to be his people. That's why ain't nobody guaranteed to go into the kingdom that's promised in this book. Most High ways and thoughts are not our ways and thoughts. What if he changed his mind? That's why we got to do the best we can to make sure that we have an opportunity to make it. Read.
Which the children of men builded. And the Most High said, behold, the people is one.
See, the people are what?
One.
Just like they want the New World Order to happen today. This is the first New World Order. The people are what?
One.
The people are one, meaning they agreement. They all believe the same way. Just like a lot of y'all gonna follow the New World Order. We got a New World Order right here in this Bible.
God.
Can't nobody change this. And we know who gonna get the victory, the Most High. And his only begotten son, Mashiach Yahushua. I don't care what they trying to do. He got the victory. And you got the victory if you come back to him. And follow his laws, statutes, commandments. Develop a relationship with Christ, who you call Jesus Christ, but that's not his name. That's why you hear us saying, Mashiach Yahushua, the anointed Savior. Come back to him, that you may be able to be saved when he come on this earth and judge and make war. But here we are now as one people. Every nation as one people following Nimrod. Read.
And they have all one language.
All one what?
Language.
Now, where does cat go? Everybody else say something, they disappear. Be a man and stand up for whatever you believe. Read.
And this they begin to do. And now nothing will be restrained from them.
See, nothing can be restrained from them. Same thing that you're looking at in this day and time now. We in the beginning. Where you at, brother?
Genesis 11 and 1 down.
Yeah, we're in the beginning of Genesis. New World Order. That's all it is. Everybody gonna be of one mind, one speech. Everybody gonna think the same way. They already programmed you. That's why you go to the Edomites school system. You receive his education. So you will be indoctrinated with his mind, the way he wants you to think. How you want you to operate in his world. This is his world right now. It ain't our world, it's his world. Mashiach Yahushua, when he came on the earth, whose world was it? It was the so-called white man's world. The Romans, the so-called Italian Caucasian, who were the superpower of the earth at that time. He said, this ain't my world. If it was my world, my servants would fight and bring your butts down. But no, it wasn't the time. But it's coming to be in that time now, because he know in his last days. Read.
And now nothing will be restrained from them.
See? Mosiah said nothing gonna be restrained for the people, because they all thought the same. Just like a lot of you think the same way as the system has you programmed to think. Straight up. Read.
Which they have imagined to do.
Come on.
Go to, let us go down, and there confound their language.
What he said? Did he say, let me go down and confound the languages? He said, what? Let who go down?
Let us go down.
Let us go down. You know who that us is? The Most High and his only begotten Son, of Mashiach Yahushua. So let's go down and confound their languages. Read.
That they may not understand one another's speech.
That they might not understand one another's speech. Because everybody spoke Hebrew. So let's go down and confound their languages so they wouldn't understand each other. So you can communicate with each other. Because you can't communicate, you can't build this tower. You can't continue to do the things that the Most High said you're not supposed to do, because he separated everybody. He didn't want everybody to be integrated. I grew up, it was segregated. I don't know about no integration. Fuck to go to school. You go to school free like you do now, fought to go to school. Every day, it was a fight, because they didn't want you in the school. Mosiah separated all the nations. He wanted everybody to be together. Read.
So the Mosiah scattered them abroad from thence upon the face of all the earth.
He scattered all the nations. What did he say he did? Listen.
Scattered them abroad.
He scattered all the nations abroad. If he wanted everybody to be together, why would he do this? What did he do?
Scattered them abroad.
He scattered all the nations. Read that.
And the Mosiah scattered them abroad from thence upon the face of all the earth.
He scattered them abroad upon the face of the earth. Meaning he gave the Japanese their land, Chinese their land, the Arabs their land, the East Indians their land, the Africans their land, and the Israelites their land. Look, this is what he does. Get Deuteronomy 32, hold that, get Deuteronomy 32, 8, 9. It tells you clearly. We ain't supposed to be all scattered together and gathered together all as one nation, one great melting pot. That's some bull, man. And most of all of us that live with Maui, most each other is Israelites. Who you got together? You got the so-called Mexicans here in California and the blacks living right together. Israelites don't even know who we are. The indigenous ones, I'm saying, because everybody ain't Israel. All Israel not of Israel. Because some of you ain't nothing but a bunch of sambos. All y'all care about is the white man. All y'all care about somebody else. You don't even give a damn about yourself. Read this.
Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 8 and 9.
Listen.
When the Mosiah divided to the nations their inheritance, when he separated the sons of Adam, he set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel.
He set the bounds of the people according to the children of Israel. You know what he's saying? All the other nations didn't matter to him. He said he set the bounds of these lands that they gave to these other nations according to the children of Israel. Who you are, brothers and sisters, of Negro, the Indian, and Latino descent. Read.
For the Most High's portion is his people.
The Most High's portion is his people. And that's who you are. You're his people. The 12 tribes of Israel. You're the Israelites. That's who you are. The Most High's portion is his people. Who is his people?
Jacob is the lot of his inheritance.
See, Jacob is the lot of the Most High's inheritance. Jacob is the forefather of the 12 tribes of Israel, who you are. We are the Israelites. We're not no niggas. We're not no African American. Think about African American. Let me ask you, brother, because I know you're looking. African American, right? Africa comes from a white man named Leo Silvius Avocados. America from another white man, Amerigo Vespucci, right? You hear me, man? Come on, you can't come from two white men. You cannot come from two white men, brothers and sisters. How you gonna come from two white men? They laughing at us, man. The elite I'm talking about. Surely you don't know, but you must be told the truth, whether you hear it or whether you forbear, man. Two white men can't sit down and have us. Two white people, they don't care if it's a white man and a white woman. They can't produce you, sister, brother. Come on now. We produce everybody. They come out of us. We don't come out of them. But see, you've been duped. You've been fooled.
Bamboozled.
Bamboozled. Round them up. Shanghai. You know what I mean? This is what happened to you.
All the Bible.
Malcolm said it very well. In the fact of where we at as our minds are concerned, because we destroyed for what? A lack of knowledge. They have made it so that you don't even want to go to school. You ain't want to go to school. You don't want to learn. You don't want to read a book. They say, want to keep something from us, where you put it at? In a book. What book? The Bible. Because you don't want to read that. They say King James is homosexual. Why are you going to listen to a homosexual? They got all the things to make you not want to come back to who you really are, the children of Israel. And that's what we're here to tell you, to bring you out of this ignorance, which is not knowing. Read. Go back to Genesis 11, chapter. Read that verse again.
Genesis chapter 11, verse 5. And the Most High came down to see the city and tower which the children of men builded. And the Most High said, behold, the people is one, and they have all one language. And this they begin to do, and now nothing will be
Everybody's one. Now, the Most High want everybody to believe the same way and do the same things and feel the same way and act the same way. Why he said what he said? Read.
Let us go down, and there confound their language.
See, let's go down. The Most High, the Mashiach Yahushua, went down from the heavenly throne, came down and confound the languages of the nations of this earth. Because they were all one language. They were all in agreement together in building this tower up in the sky so that if the Most High rained upon the earth like he reigned 40 days and 40 nights and killed everybody but 8 people, that they would be saved. That's the purpose of them building this tower in this great city. Read.
That they may not understand one another's speech.
Listen, now the Most High for everybody, why would he say this? Let's go down and confound their languages that they might what?
May not understand one another's speech.
That they may not understand one another's speech. That's simple. It don't take a rocket science to understand that. If he want everybody to be together and be one people, read.
So the Most High scattered them abroad.
What'd he do?
Scattered them abroad.
He scattered everybody abroad. Remember, he gave all the nations their lands once he gave Israel their land. So he scattered them abroad. Come on.
From this upon the face of all the earth.
Yeah. From this upon the face of all the earth. Read.
And they left off to build the city.
And they left off from building that city, man. Most High ain't with no new world order. He ain't with no one people being all people. But that's what happened. Go into the Maccabees. First Maccabees. And
at the end of 4th here.
hold on, I'm going to show you something about the Greeks when they came into power, what they did. Get Go to Maccabees, the first chapter, start at 1, so as I get it, you'll see. This is when the so-called white man came into power, when he first came into power as the Greeks. It's in the Bible. Because who was in the power when the Mashiach Yahushua came on the earth, who you call Christ, it was the so-called white man. He was superpower of the earth. And it's in the Bible. He was in the Bible coming into power before Hamashiach Yahushua was born on this earth. Read that. First Maccabees 1 and 1. Yeah.
First Maccabees chapter 1 verse 1. And it happened after that, Alexander son of Philip, the Macedonian, who came out of the land of Chittim, has smitten Darius king of the Persians and Medes.
Right, so the Greeks defeated the Persian and the Medes empire. As the Persian and Medes defeated who? The Babylonians. The Babylonians defeated the Syrians. The Syrians defeated the Egyptians. These are the kingdoms that came into power. Now we're talking about the Greek empire or the so-called white man coming into power where? In the Bible. But you ain't going to learn that in church because you got to be one people. Your preacher can't tell you that. You the chosen of the Most High. Else he might be disenfranchised from his money.
Or stoned.
Yeah, he might be stoned. Read.
That he reigned in his stead. The first over Greece.
So it's the first over Greece. The first over the so-called white man's kingdom. Where we reading? In the Bible. Read.
And made many wars, and won many strongholds, and slew the kings of the earth.
He slew the kings of the earth. Read.
And went through to the ends of the earth, and took spoils of many nations.
He took spoils of many nations. Right? Go ahead.
Insomuch that the earth was quiet before him.
The earth was quiet before him. Come on.
Whereupon he was exalted, and his heart was lifted up.
His heart was lifted up, meaning that means he came up, he's lifted up in pride. This is the so-called white man's first kingdom. The Greek empire. Read.
And he gathered a mighty strong host.
He gathered a great, mighty, strong host, which means army. Come on.
And ruled over countries and nations and kings who became tributaries unto him.
they became tributaries unto Alexander. Come on.
And after these things he fell sick and perceived that he should die. Wherefore he called his servants, such as were honorable and had been brought up with him from his youth, and parted his kingdom among them.
Right, so he parted his kingdom amongst 4 generals before he died. This cat ruled from 20 years old to 32 years old. And he died of a great case of syphilis from having sex with his horse. It's a known fact. The Greeks, the so-called white man, this is first kingdom. Where's it at? In the Bible. Go ahead.
While he was yet so Alexander reigned 12 years.
12 years, from 20 years old to 32 years old. 12 years he reigned. Read.
Then died.
Then died. Read.
And his servants bare rule over everyone in his place.
So his servants, who are his generals that was under him, that he grew up with, that he set up as generals over his provinces that he owned, that he reigned over, he set them up, the 4 generals, to reign all these provinces that he had, these countries that he had, well, that he took down from the Persian and Mede Empire. Read.
And after this, after his death, they all put crowns upon themselves.
Yeah, the so-called white man. This is empire. They put crowns upon themselves. All his boys, all the Alexander the Greek boys put crowns upon themselves once he died. Read.
So did their sons after them.
So did their sons after. They passed it right down to their sons. That's why you know, just like the presidency here in America, it's all lineage together. The lineages all come together, man. It's a family that's ruling this corporation of America. They all are kin, some way or another. Like you're looking at Obama. Obama's woman, his mother, is kin to Bushmen and Cheney, all of them. They all some kin. They're going to make sure that that lineage continue to flow through. Read, just like it is right here. Read. Many years, man. Gave their sons the rulership. After them, once their sons died, then their son gave it to their sons, and their sons gave it to them. Many years, read.
And evils were multiplied in the earth.
What happened when the so-called white man came into power?
Evils were multiplied in the earth.
What happened when the so-called white man came into power?
Evils were multiplied in the earth.
That's what it's telling you. Evils were multiplied in the earth. Come on.
And there came out of them a wicked root.
This is what we're looking for. Who came out of the so-called white man?
A wicked root.
A wicked root. What's his name?
Antiochus, surname Epiphanes.
Antiochus, surname Epiphanes. Antiochus Epiphanes. Come on.
Son of Antiochus the king.
Son of Antiochus the king. Now we know that this wicked root came out of Alexander the Greek, the so-called white man, named Antiochus Epiphanes. Let's see what he done. Go to 1 Maccabees, the 1st chapter. Jump down to verse 41.
1 Maccabees chapter 1, verse 41.
Remember it said evils were multiplied in the earth when they came into power. Now read this.
Moreover, King Antiochus,
the same one, when evils were multiplied in the earth, King Antiochus, read,
wrote to his whole kingdom.
He wrote to his whole kingdom. Now we here because of what? New World Order that they tried to set up during the time of Nimrod when he built that tower. Read.
That all should be one
That
people.
all should be what?
One people.
All should be what?
One people.
Everybody should be what?
One people.
One people. If that ain't New World Order stuff, what is it? Everybody gonna be one people. Just as Nimrod built that tower and said we all gonna be one people. And the Most High and the Mashiach Yahushua came down and confounded the languages of the people while you got all these people speaking all these different languages. It's right here in the Bible. All your answers right here in the Bible. So he came down, confounded the languages, and separated the people once he gave the children of Israel their land. The Adamites, the Israelites, and who we are today, the Israelites. In captivity, though. And we read the Bible, most of the time we in captivity, man. We ain't free. Most of the time we in captivity. We don't know that because we just think we came over here on some ships to America in captivity and sold on auction blocks and so forth. No, we've been in captivity under every nation. That's what this Bible is talking about. Read. Antiochus Epiphanes said we all gonna be one people. Come on.
And everyone should leave his law.
Leave his what?
Law.
Hear that? What are we doing now? You're not under the law, but you're under mercy and grace. Everybody should what?
Leave his law.
What the so-called white man say back then?
Leave his law.
And everyone should leave his laws. But who's they mostly concerned about? you so-called Israelites, man. You Israelites. Because when you follow the laws of the Most High, you got power, man. With the Most High, that's like, hey, you follow me, I'm gonna love you. I'm gonna do whatever you want me to do. Just like right now, you following the so-called white man's laws.
That's right.
That's why you standing there waiting on the green light or waiting cars to go by. But it could be no cars there, and the light you can see, you ain't gonna go to that red light. You gonna make sure you follow his laws, right? Right or wrong? The Most High gave us laws to follow, that we could be blessed by the Most High. And then the ones that gonna come back to the Most High, we the ones gonna be blessed. So y'all think y'all gonna meet the judge of Mashiach Yahushua and say, well, I waited at the stoplight. I waited out. I never run no stoplight. I never got no ticket. You think he give a damn about that?
Paid my taxes.
I paid my taxes. I made sure I gave tribute to the white man. IRS, I never was in trouble with the IRS. Mashiach Yahushua gonna laugh at you. Say, what about my laws? What about what I told you to do? I gave you moral laws. I gave you civil laws. I gave you dietary laws, what to eat. I gave you ceremonial laws, how to worship my daddy. And you didn't even care. Because you listened to the damn white man tell you we're going to be what? All nations shall be what?
Leave his laws.
Leave his laws and be what? Come on.
So all the heathen agreed.
So who
All the
agreed?
heathen agreed.
So all y'all heathens? Y'all heathens? Do you call yourself a heathen? Who agreed with him?
All the heathen agreed.
All the heathen agreed. All these other nations. These wicked nations that believe in idols, they agreed to this. Everybody gonna leave their laws. Because what laws do the heathen have? There are no laws. They believe in idols, man. Come on. How you gonna believe in the Most High, the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob? He said everybody gonna leave their laws. You go to church tomorrow, they gonna tell you you're not under the Most High's laws. But your butt sitting right there waiting on the law of the Most High. You know, when it comes, that's right, you moving now because you got a green light. You gonna follow the laws of the white man, but you waiting on the laws of the Most High, and we tell you that you better come back to him now. Right now, before it's too late, man. Noah was crying out to our people. It's gonna rain. It never rained. It took him 80 years to build this ark. I'm gonna tell you, we've been dealing with this truth since the 1930s. Straight up. You add the years. You add the years from 1930 to now. We've been on the street since 1970, preaching this word to our people to come back to the laws of the Most High. When you taught you don't have to follow the laws of the Most High. Why the Most High gonna make 613 laws and tell you you ain't gotta follow them now? Who was it that told you that? You ever asked anybody to prove it? Think about it. You ever asked anybody to prove it according to the Bible? What Antiochus Epiphanes, what does white man tell us to do? Read it again.
Everyone should read it.
And everyone should leave his laws.
Everyone should leave his laws. There's a reason why he's telling you to leave your laws, man. He don't want you to follow the Most High. All right, brother.
Assalamu alaikum.
Oh, yeah, shalom. Shalom, read.
So all the heathen agreed.
See, all the heathen agreed to what the so-called white man said. Leave the laws of the Most High. Read.
According to the commandment of the king.
According to the commandment of the king. This man is wicked. Remember it said evils were multiplied on the earth when he came into power. So you gonna follow this wickedness? Read.
Yeah, many also of the Israelites.
Who?
Israelites.
Many of us, we the Israelites. Read.
Consented to his religion.
Consented to who what?
His religion.
Consented to who what?
His religion.
To him.
Who did it? Who did it?
The Israelites. That's what it said. We as a people consented to the so-called white man telling us to forget about the laws of the Most High. Until this day.
I dig it, but no.
Hey, until this day, man.
For nobody.
To this day, man. They consented
I don't bow down for nothing.
to the so-called white man telling you that you don't have to follow the Most High's laws.
Who did it?
We read them. Antiochus Epiphanes, the so-called white man, is the one that did it. He the one told us to continue to follow him. And Israelites, they read what the Israelites do?
Yeah, many also of the Israelites consented to his religion.
Many of the Israelites consented to his religion.
I want to talk.
This white man set up a religion way back during the time of the Greek Empire. This long before Mashiach Yahushua came on the earth, people.
That's Jesus.
They consented to his religion. Religion comes from the Latin word religio, meaning to hold back, keep down, or restrain. That's why you don't know who you are. You ain't no African American. Africa's named after so-called white man, Leo Silvius Avocados. Your daddy wasn't no so-called white man, black as you are, brother. Shoot, give me a break.
Hey, don't even trip.
America named after America Vespucci, another so-called white man.
I'm with you.
You know, we got a black brother, black daddy, black mama, right? That's what we call ourselves, black. Two white people can't produce you. We produce them, right? We can produce them.
Good man.
They can't produce us. But see, we are thinking that we call ourselves African American.
They don't have.
You know, black, just a color. You know damn well you ain't black. Your shirt is black, brother. This is black. We ain't the same color as this shirt, in my robe. Come on. Read.
And sacrifice unto idols.
What we do?
Sacrifice unto
We
idols.
sacrifice unto idols unto this day. Look at this idol. Caesar Borgia, the second son of Pope Alexander VI of Rome. They set him up that you should worship him and think that the Most High is a so-called white man.
Edomite.
An Edomite. This is a lie. Ain't nowhere in the world the so-called white man coming from the fourth dimension to deliver us. You believe that, brother? You believe the so-called white man gonna come from the fourth dimension in heaven and come down here to deliver us and set up kingdom on the earth?
A righteous kingdom.
A righteous attack. It's already his power right now. It's not gonna happen, y'all.
Cold and nothing.
It's not gonna happen.
You're not gonna teach me anything. It's
You know what I'm saying?
embedded-
That's
it's
right.
embedded within you. My Father
Really?
gives it to you.
That's it.
It runs through your veins.
Really.
For the king has sent letters by messengers unto Jerusalem and the cities of Judah, that they should follow